First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dawaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And I was looking at a brother's video, and what ended up happening is, like when the video goes off, it'll go to the next video. And I was doing something, and I let it go to the next video, and this video came on, and it says in MSNBC, it says Lawrence, Trump will surrender and claim victory in his trade war. Now, when you listen to the when you look at that title, wait till you hear what this guy says, man. And it just caught me off guard, and I had to rewind it just to listen to him again, just to just to see if I heard him right. I'm gonna play a minute of this, but I advise, brothers, this is 20 minutes. I listened to about 12 minutes of it, and I found it at first. I was like, man. And then I started laughing about it because, man, when you sit up here and listen to what this guy is saying, like I said, I'm going to play only a minute of it. But y'all going to hear that minute and y'all going to understand what I'm talking about. But, hey, you got the Egyptian against Egyptian, and and right now you got these devils going up against each other. But I'm going to sit up here and let this play. And then I'm going to grab a few scriptures. But I'm going to sit up here and let this play real quick.
Question since his first presidential campaign, which led a group of 27 psychiatrists to co-author a book published in the first year of the Trump presidency titled The Dangerous Case of Donald Trump. 27 psychiatrists and mental health experts assess a president. Some of the co-authors of that book appeared on this program at that time and told us about what they observed in Donald Trump's public behavior that indicated he was possibly suffering from grave conditions, including malignant narcissist and sociopath. They warned us at the time, in that first year of the first Trump presidency, that everything they were seeing and that we were seeing that was problematic in Donald Trump's mental health was only going to get worse. They warned us. They agreed that Donald Trump's mental health could only move in one direction over time in his 70s. They have published new editions of the book in which more and more mental health professionals have joined in the analysis, with the most recent title being The Dangerous Case of Donald Trump. 37 psychiatrists and mental health experts.
So I'm going to let it stop right there. But here it is, you got these damn devils going up against each other, man. And now they talking about Donald Trump, and they talking about his mental health, and calling him a sociopath and everything else. But I found it kind of funny, and I'm gonna grab a few scriptures on it, man, because I'm sitting up here was thinking about, hey, as they sitting up here talking about Donald Trump's mind, we got to understand that the Lord is in control of everything. And the Lord is controlling everything. And that's what brought me to get this scripture. I end up getting Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As rivers of water, he turn it whithersoever he will. And when you look at, I'm just going to grab it. When you look up that word heart, it goes into lav. And when you look up what lav is, it says what? It says inner man. If you look up biblical usage, it says inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding. So it's really the mind, And I was sitting up here just thinking about that when they were sitting up here talking about Donald Trump and how they say his mind is at the moment. So let me read that again. This is Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart, or if you want to say it, the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. And as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And that's why, hey, the Lord is sitting up here controlling everything. He controls everything, all things. A man's goings is of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Trump is sitting up here, the Lord is, he them angels are putting them instructions in Trump's ear, and well, guess what? When he wake up and do whatever he do, boom, he's doing it. And now you seeing these other Edomites sitting up here losing their mind, man, and sitting up here thinking the man is crazy. But hey, this is the Lord's movie. And the Lord is in control of everything. And it's a beautiful thing because what's happening? Trump is doing what he's doing to sit up here and cause this chaos and this downfall. You know, in America, Babylon the Great to sink like the Titanic. With that, let me sit up here and grab. Now I'm gonna go to Isaiah 19, but I'm gonna go down a few verses. I'm gonna go. This is Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit, and the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, you know, and that's just like it says when you go to Proverbs 21 and 1, you know, in the mind. So hey, the Lord is sitting up here, hey, putting that spirit out there, and guess what? That spirit, hey, that perverse spirit is going into Trump. Trump sitting up here these tariffs, you know, sitting up here talking crazy, saying stupid shit in these interviews. You know, I think one of the interviewers asked Trump about something, and he said he doesn't know. You know, and I can't remember exactly what they asked him, but he said he doesn't know. But the whole point of the matter is these are things that you should know as a president. But he's sitting up here giving an I don't know answer, or ask my lawyers, you know. But these are all the things of the Lord, man, because, hey, Trump might be that catalyst for all hell to break loose. And we all believe that he is, you know. Through the spirits, beginning with the Apostle Tahar, you know, or the Apostle Tahar, you know, the Nero reincarnated, you know. But hey, and Trump is doing his thing, and he's doing a great job through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know. But hey, all this, I was sitting up here listening to this guy, and I'm like, man, this is just funny as hell to me, man. You know, it's serious as hell because we sit up here and see what Trump is doing, and we see the damage he's calling. This beautiful for us because we know with everything that he does, the closer and closer we get to the kingdom, you know. But I found it funny, man. Here it is, 27 psychiatrists, and then they got 37 psychiatrists that sit up here, you know, talking about how fucked up he is in the mind, but not understanding that the Lord is sitting up here doing all this, controlling all this. So with that, man, and you know what, in all honesty, I was going to go up to 19, but before I do that, well, you know what, I'm just going to go to Matthew, because I want to go to Matthew, what is that? Is it 12 or is it 10? It might be Matthew 12. It says, yeah, here it is. It's Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And you see what that guy was talking about on NBC News. The reporter was talking about, you know, them 27 psychiatrists talk about how crazy Trump they think Trump is, and how they say as time goes on and as you get older that it's going to get worse. You know, Trump is 78 years old, you know, but not understanding that all this is through the Lord, man. And the Lord is sitting up here putting that, he said, that mingling that perverse spirit out there. And that perverse spirit is not, everything that Trump is doing as far as those tariffs are concerned, as far as everything he's saying is bad moves. And it's causing a rift, you know. It's causing a rift in everything. You know, everything he's doing is causing people to, you know, by getting rid of the jobs, you know, by dismantling the government. Everything he's doing is failing him. It's causing destruction and chaos, and his own people is turning against him. You know. But like I said before, I found it funny, man. You know, I sit up here and looked at that video, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me rewind this and see what I was hearing. You know, and you know, if brothers get a chance to, like I said, I listened to 12 minutes of it. Once you get to the 10 to 12 minute, but he says a lot of it, man, and I just found it kind of funny, you know, and it just made me sit up here and like think, oh man, I could do a lesson on that, you know, because the Lord is controlling everything, you know. You know what? And let me go back to Isaiah 19. I might as well just close it out there because, you know, in a moment, this is what's going to happen. It says Isaiah 19 and 1, the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And, you know, and that's going to be them nuclear missiles. That's going to be when Yahweh shall break them clouds, man, with them chariots and destroy this place with that nuclear fire from them nuclear missiles, them nuclear warheads, and the chariot fire. But here's the point. It says, I will set Egyptian against Egyptian. They shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what's going to happen. You know, already these motherfuckers are getting tired of Trump and getting tired of a lot of other things that's going on with this government. And it's just a matter of time before these motherfuckers lose their mind, man. These motherfucking Edomites ready to lose their mind. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, Jacob's trouble, all that's going to be wrapped up in one, man. Race wars, nation against nation, have and have nots. You know, these politicians, you know, everybody's gonna, well, you know, a lot of these politicians gonna go into their bunkers and we're gonna get their ass later, you know. But you're gonna probably have a lot of these lower level politicians who's gonna get got too, you know. It's gonna be hell out here, you know. But I just thought this was a little bit on. I just was like, man, this is funny as hell. But with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule wells. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful like that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and the Baba Ball and Anya Habatham Malakim. Shalom.